Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Holy dokely, where do I want to go next? Okay, first of all, Adelita, and I will not try to pronounce her surname because I absolutely butcher it, has been sworn into the House. Her first actual act was to cross over the floor and sign the petition to release the Epstein files. The Democrats on the House committee released 20,000 pages of files of information that came from the Epps estate, including emails that absolutely dropped the orange twerp right in it. Basically, emails from Epps to Ghislaine saying that 45 or twerp, can't even call him 45 now, because trust me, in the future he is going to be declared illegitimate for both terms. The Orange Twerk spent hours with victims in Epps's house. There's also emails between Epps and I believe it was an ex-Norway Prime Minister, and also between Epps and one of the Russian diplomats at the UN, basically saying that he has dirt on 45. Would the Russians be interested? Yeah, there's, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, I don't care who's in those files, who's in those documents. If they are guilty, they are guilty, and I do not care who they are, what celebrity status or what past philanthropy they've done. If they are guilty, they are guilty, and I think most people who are progressive and forward-thinking feel exactly the same. Okay, but what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? I actually haven't noted this down, but it's just grabbing my attention and I want to have a look at. The Orange Twerp has written a letter to the Israeli president. Now, the president is pretty much like the monarchy for Australia. It's pretty much more a symbolic position. Does have power, but doesn't wield it. The day-to-day running of the country is left to the Prime Minister and the government. Anyhow, the Orange Twerp has written a letter to the Israeli president requesting that Netanyahu be pardoned, calling it, the usual unjustified political prosecution, etc., etc. I'm not quite sure why it's still being called a ceasefire when there are still attacks on the Palestinian people in Gaza and food aid is being prevented, or the essential food aid is being prevented from entering the region. But anyhow, Netanyahu has been standing trial for the past 5 years on charges of bribery, fraud and breach of trust in connection to 3 separate cases. Now, this is why I've been saying it for ages. The court case was really ramping up. He tried to have the justices removed, the Supreme Court justices in Israel removed, and there was the massive protests against them being removed. So therefore, lo and behold, what happened? There was an attack on an Israeli music festival that happened to happen on a extended day. So at the last minute, the day was extended, and at the last minute, the music festival was moved to near the border. And then during the conflict that then ensued, Netanyahu, I'm just going to say Netanyahu, amongst others, was behind that attack on the music concert, but allegedly entertainment only. I can only go by the vibes that I got at the time. Whoop, just going to have to pause you for a second. Hang on. Sorry, that was my daughter coming home with a friend. So they've just shut the office door. I didn't stand up to shut the office door because otherwise I would have woken the sleeping puppy dog down there. So yeah, they've shut the office door now. So it's just me and you and I and a sleeping puppy dog here. So yeah, I got at the time that he was partially behind it, and information is coming out, but also during the conflict itself, every time he was supposed to be back in court, Lo and behold, Israel, he ordered the Israeli army to, attack somewhere else, another country, or another country was attacked by the orange twerp, or he got food poisoning, or he was overseas visiting one of his cronies, all those sorts of things. So what I want to have a look at is Netanyahu going to be pardoned? Now, I don't know that he will. We've got the Prime Minister, the President here, and the justice system here. So Netanyahu is also up. I don't think I don't think he's going to be. Big stick. No, you've got to front the justice system. Nobody is above the law. As information is coming out about people that the Orange Twerp pardoned and released from jail, are being rearrested on new offending. Some really horrific crimes he's released, and they've been, and they've reoffended, whether it's been sexual abuse or whether it's been beating up, whatever it is, or fraud or whatever. Anyhow, big stick and ace of swords. No, I don't think the president of Israel is actually going to pardon Netanyahu, but we'll just ask, entertainment only. So the orange twerp, again, trying to stick his nose into other countries' affairs. He does this because he wants to set a precedence for his own situation. So let's have a look. Is the president of Israel going to pardon Netanyahu? Is he going to? Well, there he is on the bottom there, the underlying energy. But come on down, let's have a look. The magician, the manipulation, the look over here while this is happening over there type energy. The president isn't a fool. He can see clearly what's going on. Challenged by the abuse of power and betrayal and deceit and the win at any cost and the, you name it. Yeah, I don't think he's going to. Netanyahu's got his back up against the wall, bruised, bloodied, battered up, but the guardrails are going to stand here. In the past, being put on trial with the hanged man there, strung up and seen clearly for who he is, and the big stick. Big announcement coming forward, casting out in the cold. No, I don't think he's going to. Okay, we've got externally showing moderation and balance and judgment, internally stabbing in the back. I don't know that he likes Netanyahu, actually. Stabbing him in the back, stab in the back. I'm hoping this isn't stabbing in the back of the people, but no, I just feel this is, yeah, okay. Hopes and fears, the Empress, Russian connections potentially. I'm not talking about the could be exposure of Russian connections with Netanyahu, which we have seen through the leaked Epstein files, that there was Russian connections with Epstein between past prime ministers in Russia. Unexpected announcement coming forward that will bring about an ending and loss and disappointment. The minor arcana death card, looking at other options, but the wheel of fortune has turned and it's the ending. Not liking what's on offer, the King of Cups and celebration. I don't think he's going to get the pardon. And secrets being revealed that certain people would like kept hidden, inability to harvest, no return on investment, and the lies and deceits and betrayal. No, it's not. Again, I don't think it's going to. I keep getting it's not going to end well for Netanyahu. I don't think he's going to get a pardon. I do keep getting. So we've got the King of Wands bringing forward a cleansing. You've got those that the moneyed oligarchs, or this is simply Netanyahu in his gilded cage, or Sarah Netanyahu. And you've got here again another minor arcana, death card in the face of the truth. I keep getting that Netanyahu and his wife are going to take, if I say the mustachioed man and his wife or partner Ava at the end of the World War II were found in the bunker. I keep getting, yeah, the lies and deceit are at an end. The guardrails are going to stand. I keep getting he's going to take that. Netanyahu and Sarah are going to take that path out. So let's just double check. Is Netanyahu going to receive a pardon? Netanyahu going to receive a pardon? Is Netanyahu going to receive a pardon from the president? Is Netanyahu going to receive a pardon from the president? Is Netanyahu going to receive a pardon from the president of Israel? Don't confuse it with the president of the United States. The Wheel of Fortune, karma coming and biting him on the bum. Secrets being revealed about Netanyahu, the King of Pentacles. I mean, often court cards are major arcana, which are these cards, sort of cards would mean a yes, but they're negative cards. I think the president's weighing it up, but night message, is Netanyahu going to, yeah, okay. Netanyahu might be looking at his options. Nightmare situation, trying to spin what he's done in the past that he'd like kept secret. But you've got the voter back up against the wall and judgment. Yeah, I don't think he's going to. You've got Russian connections. Look at these majors. Russian connections, the hidden agenda being revealed, investigation, information being brought forward with that Page of Wands, and betrayal. Betrayal. Got the White House there trying to give help from overseas, but I just don't think it's going to work. No, I don't think he's going to. I think Netanyahu is not going to get the pardon. Despite the orange twerp's best efforts. We'll just have a look. Show me the future for Benjamin and Sarah Netanyahu. Let's just have a quick look. Show me the future. What's coming down the pike for Benjamin and Sarah Netanyahu? What's coming down the pike for Benjamin and Sarah Netanyahu? What's coming down the pike for Benjamin and Sarah Netanyahu? Let's have a look. Right, false victory, claiming victory, but it's not true. The Supreme Court, the challenge is going to be the Supreme Court. Impoverished, cast aside and impoverished in the past, looking at his diminishing options, looking at their diminishing options, wondering if they've got enough money to do anything. Crowning this reading, end of a cycle, end of his legacy. Right, the immediate future, he might think he's got everything lined up in a row, especially with this letter from the orange twerp, but be careful what you wish for, because there's the Tower moment. It's not going to go how he thinks. Looking at fleeing overseas internally, or just looking at options. Hopes and fears, volatile information coming out. Moving on, attempt to flee, but you've got the legal system there. Page of Swords coming out. His star, or the Star of Hope and Healing for the voters of Israel, the people of Israel. You've got abuse of power and manipulation being presented. Money laundering, perhaps, doesn't like what's on offer, or looking at options. And looking at options here. Trapped, and then the poison chalice. Yeah, it's just no matter how I get it, it's not going to end well for them. There's Sarah, there's Benjamin. They're joined at the hips, and they're going to go down together. Joined at the hips and going to go down together. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Never get ending well for him and his wife. Now, she was up on corruption charges as well and apparently got pardoned for them, probably by him. I don't know how that panned out, but yeah. Birds of a feather. Okay, let me leave that there. I shall catch you shortly.